So today I will be sleeving this whole pile of photo cards that I've accumulated in the past 2 months. It's pretty much the Poké Market boxes that I've been getting in and my Neokyo haul. That's pretty much it. That's all that I've received in the past 2 months, I guess. I haven't been like really buying and trading on like Instagram or something like on places like that since like September-ish. I took a break because I was a little overwhelmed. Dealing with people is not fun. And I'm not saying people are horrible. That's not the case at all. Most people that I trade with or sell to are very, very nice. But it's just, it takes a lot of energy, especially since my actual job is retail. So I deal with people at work and then I gotta come home and deal with more people. So this video is going to be quite chatty. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but I talk a lot, but I tend to delete all of my rants and ramblings in editing because nobody wants to hear that. But since this video is very much me not really doing anything, I feel like I need to talk. So if you're looking for a video to have play in the background while you do housework, homework, or even prep your own binders, I think this is the video for it. It's a video, I'm sorry, I am moving my little table. This is a video where you don't really have to concentrate on what I'm doing, to be honest. So you can just listen to me speak in the background. So I counted and there's 295 cards here. Am I crazy? I am crazy. I do have like nothing in the mail until like next year because I will be buying more stuff next year. So like this is all I have until the end of the year, which is in like 2 weeks. It's not saying much, to be honest. It really isn't saying much, but I did go crazy. I am not going to lie. I wanted to beef up my collections for my end of year collection video because there will be one this year. But yesterday and today, so I was supposed to film this yesterday. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to film this on Monday because those are my 2 days off. And I lost power and that usually wouldn't be too much of a problem, but I screen record my phone screen to my TV because I film upside down. That's why the angle is a little off. The phone's not in front of me, it's on the other side of the table. So I need to see what I'm doing, and I couldn't do that because the TV was off. So in that time, I lost power for 2 hours, which isn't too bad, but I was running out of things to do. My phone was dying, so I couldn't use the data on my phone on my iPad to watch YouTube videos anymore. I didn't want to read because it was dark. I didn't want to strain my eyes. I have eye problems as it is. So I was alone with my thoughts for roughly like an hour of that. And I have come to the conclusion that I think I'm changing my collection again. Not necessarily downsizing, but I am gonna be like downsizing some groups and then like adding to some groups. But that means I have to change all of my binders, but that's only going to be next year. I am not doing that right now. I am going to film everything that I have to film as it is, and then I am going to change whatever I want to change if I still feel like changing it. Okay, that was a long enough intro. I haven't done anything except for talk and like touch the table with my hands. So I just want to say that I have different kinds of sleeves down here because I use different kinds of sleeves for different kinds of binders. For my A5 binders, I use the, they're all in these little containers because a lot of the sleeves that I have come in little plastic bags, and when I use the sleeves, I throw away the plastic bag, and then when I decide to switch everything up, sometimes I have leftover sleeves that I'm not using, so I have these little containers that I got at like Walmart, but you can also get them at like the dollar store. So I put those in here, and here we have a good old handy dandy Poké Market box. So, you know, you use the containers you have laying around for your sleeves. I use Titan Shield Japanese size sleeves from all of my A5s that have Japanese size sleeves. I have some A5s that have standard size sleeves, and for that I use the Titan Shield standard size sleeves. They're cheaper. They're also, the quality isn't as great as Dragon Shield, but they're cheaper, so I feel for my Japanese A5 ones though, I do have some Dragon Shield mixed in, because at first I was using Dragon Shield and then I switched to Titan Shield. The Titan Shields are a little bit thinner, but it's not, like, you can't notice it. And then for my big binders, I use the Dragon Shield Clear Classics with, because I double sleeve in my big binders with popcorn sleeves, the purple packs. So yeah, let's get started. I will be separating these cards not by group, but by binder type, because I have a lot of different binder types. And I tend to like categorize my groups in those specific binder types, and a lot of my groups are separated. I have like the same group and like 3 binders. I know that's one of the reasons why I want to change my setup. I was doing it because I wanted to have my bias separate from the rest of the group, because I wanted to focus more on my bias. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have the pre-order cards and the non-album separate. Have like pre-order cards / non-album binders where like all of my groups are in that one binder, because that's mainly what I was trying to like separate from the album cards, but I had decided to put all my biases together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the album cards together and then put the non-album in different binders. I don't know, I'm still unsure. It sounds like a good idea to me, but I don't really like having my biases in 2 different binders, like the same bias in 2 different binders. I don't mind having the same group in 2 different binders, but I don't know how I feel about having the same bias in 2 different binders. But I think that's what most people do. They separate their album cards from their pre-order cards, and if they don't have enough room for all of it in one binder, they'll take like the non-album pre-order card merch stuff out. So I understand the reasoning and it makes sense. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do. But for right now, I'm leaving all my binders as is until my collection video, because I like my setup right now. I just am a little overwhelmed. But I was gonna say with how many binders I have, but I really want to use all my binders, so I'm still gonna use all of my binders technically. I'm just going to change my layouts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out some of these sleeves and put them in little piles off screen where you can't see. Because trying to dig for sleeves out of these little containers, it's kind of annoying. Honestly, I should take the whole thing out because I have so many cards to fucking sleeve. It's insane on how many cards I have to sleeve. I haven't even started sleeving yet. We're only 9 minutes in this video. I hate myself. Okay. So this is a really big pile. So I'm actually going to, I can't even pick it up, like separate the pile in 2. I don't know if I want to put like the unsleeved ones up here and then the sleeved ones down. Okay. So I don't know what to say. I have to keep the cards in frame. That's going to be really annoying because I tend to do everything really close to my body. So how are y'all doing? Are the holidays treating you well? Huh? Because they're not treating me well. They're kind of kicking my ass, to be honest. They really, really are. Like I said, I work retail. So it's really busy this time of year. I am not even in frame. I don't know if this is a good idea doing this video. Yeah, so it's really busy this time of year. And I am slowly losing it. But I keep telling myself I only have like 2.5 weeks left of this craziness. And after that, it'll be back to normal, I hope. Honestly, to be honest, I'm kind of numb to, like, I don't know, the anxiety that I used to feel. And I don't think that's a good thing either, because not feeling anything is not a good thing. But yeah, I have been at my job for 11 years. I started this job straight out of college and have been at the same place, not exactly doing the same job, but have been at the same place for 11 years now. And I guess you just kind of get used to a lot of things, so that, like, nothing phases you anymore, really. But yeah. See, this is part of what I'm talking about right now is something that I would definitely want to cut out. But I'm leaving it in because I am doing something at the same time and I can't just cut what I'm doing out. So I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video was, like, pre-order cards and, like, their madness and stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, I really like pre-order cards. I don't like the amount that we are having right now. I don't like that, but I really like pre-order cards. I think they're really cute and really fun. I wish they were a little bit more accessible, especially the, like, US only ones, as I'm from Canada. I wish those were a little bit more accessible. Before, it'd be like, oh, it's just Korea. It's kind of fair play, fair game to anybody that's not in Korea. You know, all of us international people were in the same boat. But now that the US and even some European sites are doing exclusives for those ones, I'm just wondering, like, can we get Canadian exclusives? Because my local Walmart has some K-pop albums, although they got rid of a lot, I think because they weren't selling. But we don't have everything. We get, by we, I mean the Walmart. The Walmart gets all the BTS releases. And they got some NCT ones, but mostly the full group ones. Like, they got Resonance, and then they have Golden Age. But, like, there's Sunrise Records, I think is what it's called, about 2 hours away from me, so that's not really an option. And they're really expensive, so it's kind of, well, first of all, the Canadian dollar is absolute shit. So what do you expect? So what I've been doing for albums, mainly, I've been buying them secondhand off of Mercari Japan. Since people buy, like, a shit ton of albums for fan signs and stuff, you can get, like, full set of albums sealed for, like, the price of, like, one album. Or, like, 1.5 album. And then I just combined, like, the shipping price. It's just combined with the rest of my stuff. So I would have to pay that shipping price anyways. Although in the past I did, like, an album only one. And there was quite a few albums in there. I went a little overboard and my shipping was, like, $100. So I am not doing that again. These ones, that one doesn't need a sleeve. Well, it does, but only the penny sleeves fit it, and don't really want to fight with that, to be honest. Because they're, like, really big cards, so technically I can put a sleeve on it, but I don't want to. It's going to be a lot in this pile, which is the big binders pile, which is technically my ults. some semi-alts as well, because I went crazy on pre-order cards. And I only really collect pre-order cards for my alts. So if you're new here and you don't know, my alts are Ace Wow, and Flying Sunkyup, Twice Jihyo, FT Island Minhwan, Yonga Wiai, Blitzers Jinhua, and Park Ji-hoon and Choi Yena. So those are my alts. Yeah, I have 8. People say, like, oh, you can only have one alt. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna kick out an alt because I have another one. If in the future I decide that Ji-hoon is no longer an alt, he is no longer an alt, but right now he is still an alt. So I'm not gonna kick him out just because I have Jinhua as a new alt. Like, that just means they're like my highest of highest priorities and I love them with all my heart and I would do anything for them. That's just what it means. They're my babies. And I just love them a lot. I'm going to protect them with all of my capabilities. That's not a lot because I'm very weak. But yeah, whoa. I'm sitting down on a chair and using my little table instead of being on the floor. Because I knew that my back and my legs would not be able to take this if I was sitting on the floor. So the table is really wobbly. I am planning on rearranging my room, although I've said this for like the past 3 years. And I finally found a setup that I think would work for... I need to move this because I have another pile of binders. 2 other piles of binders. But I won't be able to do this setup with the phone over there. Oh, there's Claire. I had to turn on the overhead light because it's kind of gross outside. Although it's not as bad as yesterday because yesterday it was raining. So I'm gonna have to find one of those tripods that like attaches to like the front of your desk so I can sit down and film and not stand and film because I'm old. If you didn't know, I don't think I've like introduced myself on this channel in a long time, but I'm 30 and I am aware that I am older than like 98% of the K-pop collecting community. I am very much aware, but I have also been doing this since I was 19. So it just kind of stuck. I don't know if this is gonna fit in here, and this is really tall. It doesn't fit quite, but it's good enough anyways. So I am aware, I've been into K-pop since 2012, been collecting since 2013. So I've been doing this for a while, although I've like dropped a lot of groups in between, so everything that I have isn't what I had 10 years ago. It really isn't. Sorry, I need to stop doing stuff close to my body. The way this is, I kind of have to reach out my hands. This is like the farthest my hands can go to film with this setup. It's a little annoying, but it'll do for now. It's not the end of the world. So, as I was saying, a lot of the groups that I used to collect back then, I don't collect anymore, but I still do like. It's just the fact that, you know, new groups arrive. You collect new groups and get rid of old groups. But of all the groups that I'm collecting right now, like actively collecting, I think the oldest group that I'm collecting in here that I have collected the longest is FT Island. So I've been collecting FT Island since 2014. Oh, no, that's the wrong sleeve. I think maybe 2015. And then after that would be N Flying that I started collecting when they debuted in 2015. So that would be the oldest groups that I still collect, that I used to collect. I started out my collection back when photocards weren't as popular. So the groups that I used to collect are probably the exact same groups that other people used to collect way back when. Mostly SM groups. So Shiny, XL, FX, a little Super Junior too, a little Girls' Generation. And then I also collected BAP and Teen Top. Those were two of my top groups. Beast, I used to collect Beast, now known as Highlight, but I used to collect them when they were Beast. Those were like my introduction to K-pop groups, my like alts back then. Even though back then we didn't use the word alt. I need a new box of popcorn sleeves. I shall go get that. Okay. But now with like the rise of K-pop and how like more popular it's becoming, there's so many groups now. I used to be like pretty knowledgeable. I used to at least know the members in 98% of the groups out there, even if I didn't listen to them. Now I don't. I really don't. There's so many groups out there that I have absolutely no idea who they are. Like, I don't know. I don't know who these people are, and I can always check them out, that's fine, but there's so many groups now. It's hard to keep track. I still collect a lot of like my older groups, my older disbanded groups. As you can see, I have Halo right here, but I don't. I know they're harder to get, so I'm not forcing myself to get everything now because it's kind of impossible, especially since now they're much harder to find. Now there's J-pop card, and I am not touching this J-pop card because I am redoing my J-pop binders in the new year, so that one's just gonna go aside. It's hard being a collector in this day and age, to be honest. There's so many things you have to collect, and I envy those people that can be just like, I'm only collecting album photo cards. I love you. I love you for that. But I have like an obsession with pre-order cards. I really do. I just wish companies would stop making so many of them. There's some groups like Oh My Girl. They have the perfect amount. Although this new era, they had a little bit more, but it was still under 30. Like, it was still manageable. But now they're screwing us over. Like NMIX, for their last album, not their new one, but the last one, had like 150. Like, who decided this was okay? Like, JYP, calm the fuck down. And then SM decided to get into the pre-order game, and they have a shit ton too. Like, who said that SM were allowed? I don't really collect any SM groups in full, so I don't really have any a place to say anything about this. But I'm sure all the SM stans out there agree with me that like they should have just stuck to the ones that they were doing. This pile's gonna fall over. To the ones that they were doing. Like, this is nonsense. Like, even FT Island for their new one had a shit ton. I don't understand. I have most of them because I'm crazy. Also, I found a set that had quite a few of Minhwans. Thankfully, of the 3 FT Island members that are left, Minhwan is arguably the least popular, which is good for me. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen now with the news of him and Hulhi divorcing, not even breaking up, but divorcing. I retweeted it on Twitter and I was like, this was not on my 2023 bingo card. What? Like, what a way to end the year with one of my alts divorcing his wife. That's great. My first time, one of my faves, no, Jungga from after school got married. She was the first. She was the OG of my biases to get married and have kids. But Minhwan's an alt. And I was so rooting for him. He needs to be happy, right? They need to be happy. If they weren't getting along, that's fine. I thought it was also really weird. What's that show? The Cloud Kid? Anyways, the one where Minhwan's children are on, the twins, Arin and Ayun and Jaeun. If you didn't know, those were Minhwan's children. And from what I saw, I only watched a few clips. I watched the ATEEZ clips and the Zero Base One clips. From what I saw, I don't think Yoonhee was there. I think only Minhwan was. So I'm not sure. But those twins have I wasn't even in frame. I'm so sorry. Those twins have arguably like chosen my biases. For Zero Base One, I couldn't choose between Hao and Hanbin, because I like both of them very much, and the twins chose my bias for me, and Hanbin is my Zero Base One bias because of the twins. Granted, Hao is also there, but like, I don't want kids. I don't have kids. I don't want kids. But you can't help but like melt when you see anybody that's good with kids. Kids are like the most precious, most innocent things on this planet, right? And if somebody is mean to kids, then they're just a mean person overall. Like I said, I don't want kids, but I don't hate kids. There's this thing, like, stigma of like people who want to remain childless, that we must hate kids. No, I just don't think I can take care of a kid. I just don't think I have the patience or the tolerance to take care of a kid. And I recognize that in myself, and I don't want kids. Some people are just not fit to be parents, and I am one of those people. But I don't hate kids. Like I said, kids are the future of the planet, right? We gotta raise them properly. I ran out of A5 saves. Gotta get more. I'm just gonna dump the whole thing because I have a lot of A5 stuff. And I don't know how I got talking about kids, but the other clips that I watched were ATEEZ, and my bias in ATEEZ is Hongjung. Has always been Hongjung. I don't like collect ATEEZ really because I don't vibe with their music, although I fucking love their last era, their recent era. Michin Form is such a good song, and I am contemplating collecting this era, but my second bias always jumped back between a lot of members, pretty much the whole rest of the, but I thought it at first, it used to be Songhwa. He was my second bias, and then Mingi became my second bias recently. I need room. But that clip of, I can't remember if it's Arin or Ayun, but that clip of one of the twins saying that she doesn't want to go home and wants to stay with Wooyoung completely melted my heart. Completely melted my heart. And I was like, hi Wooyoung, welcome. You are now a part of the bias line.
Bye-bye.
알리나 가자. 싫어.
해.
가자. 엄마야.
못 말려.
알리나 가자. 싫어.
싫어. 가지마. 삼촌이랑 같이 살까? 엄마 아빠랑 떨어져야 되는데 괜찮아? 삼촌이랑 가서 살래? 알았어, 삼촌이랑 가서 살자.
쟤는 어떻게 할래? 우린 집에 가자. 우리는
싫어.
싫어.
가자. 응, 우리 집에 가자. 삼촌이랑 같이 살 거지? 알았어. 카메라를 보고 삼촌이랑 같이 살 거예요 해.
같이 살 거예요.
삼촌이랑 같이 살 거예요. 각자 가자 우리.
아빠 미안해. 아빠 미안해.
미안해. 나 간다 그래. 나 간다. 나 간다. 나 간다. 가자. 가자 우리.
나 간다.
그래. 삼촌이랑 같이 살자. 자.
So, yeah. Oh no, I forgot about those binders. Oh no, they go in here. Haha. Like I said, I have different types of binders. So if you're curious, these are my big binders. This stack that's about to fall. These are my checkerboard A5 binders, the hardcover ones. These are my white A5 binders. These are my zippered A5 binders. These are my A5 wide binders, my colored ones. And then I have white A5 binders. I also have colored, no, I have white A5 wide binders, and I also have colored A5 binders. But I don't have anything for the white A5 wide binders, so I'll put the colored A5 binders here, but I think I only have a few for those anyways. But like I said, I want to rearrange everything. So nothing is gonna stay in the same spot. Probably not. Depends on how I feel. Oh, this one goes in the colored A5 binder. More Yena. Collecting soloists. We have to talk about collecting soloists. Why the fuck do they have so many cards in the albums and so many versions? And it's not like you can trade for them either, because let's say I pulled this Yena card twice. The only way that I can trade with somebody else is if they pulled a dupe as well. Which, like, never happens. So, yeah. I have way too many fucking cards. I am scared to store these away. Like, scared. I don't really like storing cards away on camera, which is why I don't do storing photo card videos a lot. Technically, I don't film a lot. This is like the most videos I've filmed in the past year. I'm not... I don't like this setup. I keep pulling everything here, but that's not in frame. I have to like stretch my arms, and I'm sorry, but like I told you earlier, I'm old-ish. And my shoulders aren't what they used to be. Also, work has completely ruined my body. Okay, enough of this pile. I got some Boy Next Door, which goes in this pile. A lot of cars today. Oh, the sun's coming out, but of course it's not like where I need it to be. But I film in my living room, and my living room's at the front of the house, and there's a big window in front of me, and from that window I can see the street. At this point, I don't care that I'm not in frame. Oh, I did one. I haven't even finished one pile, and I still got this whole pile to go. Should I do a speed round where I'm not talking? Like just an intermission speed round so I can get through the rest of this pile. Okay, let's do that. So I finished that pile, and I think I'm gonna move this pile up because I'm not putting any more on that pile, and I know I got so much more in this pile. Oh, I only went like, it was a little bit more than halfway through the pile. Then I'm already like tired. I don't have the energy that old CJ had. I really don't. I used to come home from work and film in like the pitch black. It was like a really shitty lighting and call it a day. Like that's how I would do it. There's a big glare on this pile. I'm sorry about that. But there's nothing I can do. Let's keep going. So if you collect Wii, as I collect Wii, you know that Wii have a lot of pre-order cards. And I want to collect all of them. It's not a hard task. Wii pre-order cards are kind of inexpensive. They're not super cheap, but they're not really expensive either. So I have a good chunk, especially for First Love, because I started collecting during First Love era and I went crazy. So I'm missing not that much for First Love. I also finished Younga's album cards. I think I've said that in every single video that I've posted since finishing his album cards. So that's crazy. I can't believe I did that. This is like the first time, I think, like within the past few years, that I've finished somebody's album cards. Because I'm still missing one fucking Minhwan Japanese card to actually say that I finished his album cards. Because I finished his Korean album cards, but I'm missing one stupid Japanese card I can't find anywhere. Which pisses me off, because one of the ticket ones, it's the puppy one. And it doesn't even go like in my layout because it's a longer photo card, so I have to put it in with the big inclusions. So like, in my binder, he's done. But in reality, he's not. Stupid, and I hate him. Oh my god. I didn't even double sleeve that one. Slowly losing it. Too many goddamn photo cards for my own good. I want to ask y'all a question. I think this year has been the year where I've second guessed my collections the most. Like wondering why I still collect at my age and wondering if I should be collecting instead of like, you know, doing adult things. But being an adult is boring and I'm staying a teenager forever. So I kept telling myself, you know, like my bills are paid, everything is paid, and then I can still afford to do this little hobby because I can't live on my own. Because even if I didn't do this little hobby, I still can't live on my own. I live in a small town, but some outside people, and by outside I mean Ontarians, people from Ontario, decided to move over here because the housing market was cheap and they fucked up our rent. When rent was average $500 to $700 a month, nothing included, is now almost $1,000 a month, nothing included. Like, who the fuck do I'm sorry. If you're from Ontario and you're reading this, this has, if you're from Ontario and are still in Ontario, this has nothing to do with you. I am just over it. And then they have the audacity to come here and complain about stuff over here. Like I said, I live in a small town. In a small town that is not very fun. We don't have much stuff to do around here. And these people are complaining. It's not my fault you decided to move here. Anyways. I work with a lot of them, that's why. But yeah, so I can't afford to move out on my own. I refuse to get a car right now because I live with my mom. And I know there's this whole taboo thing about, oh, you live in your mom's basement. You don't have a place of your own. Blah, blah, blah. I don't fucking care. I don't even live in my mom's basement because we fucking rent. It's getting harder and harder to actually make a living. I don't make much at my job. Like I said, I work retail. I don't make the big bucks. So, you know, if I want to continue collecting, enjoying in my hobbies, I gotta make cuts somewheres. And that cut is sharing my mom's car. And she's okay with it. She's retired. So she doesn't do much anyways. She needs the car, she can have it. She just needs to bring me to work. And she seems okay with that. Until she tells me that it's not okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. But a few points during the year, I thought maybe I should really just get my shit together. You know, maybe I should stop collecting, get myself a decent car. It doesn't have to be a new car, just a decent car, and at least have that, because I know that I can't move out. That's off the question. I ran out of popcorn sleeves again. I have a lot. I'm not gonna run out. I just emptied the little Poke Market box they were in. So yeah, a lot of times during the year I thought maybe I should stop this. You get these little teenagers, young adults laughing at you, making fun of you because you're older and still doing this hobby. I know parents that do this hobby with their children. There's nothing wrong with that. What's the difference between... Okay, here's a good one. What's the difference between this and Taylor Swift? You get grown-ass women and grown-ass men who are into Taylor Swift, but that's fine. As soon as you say that you're collecting collectibles that are like trading cards, you get looked at funny. Now, people will say, oh, but Taylor Swift's a grown woman. Most of my biases are grown people. Yes, I do bias a few younger people, but I don't see how it's inherently sexual. That's what people are saying. Like, older people shouldn't be in this hobby because the idols are young. I get it. It's kind of creepy, but I just like pretty stuff, right? Pretty photo cards. I don't know. I'm probably digging my own grave with this since I can't edit any of this out. Oh, shoot. I ran out of Dragon Shield sleeves. Don't worry. I have more. As far as I know, there was never a Dragon Shield shortage in Canada. But you bet your ass when I heard that there was a shortage in the States, I went and I bought 2 more boxes. 2, no, 3. I bought 3. Okay, let's put this Mimi in track field. This is a lucky draw. Ithic. This one goes in here. So yeah, anyways. I feel like as long as you're just collecting for fun and not making it weird, and you're just, you know, appreciating the artists and the music and the photo cards, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are. It really doesn't. It shouldn't matter how old you are, to be honest. It's just a hobby. I collect dolls too. You're gonna come after me because I collect dolls. And by dolls, I mean like LOL, OMGs, not the small ones, and like Rainbow High dolls and Monster High and Bratz. I used to collect them when I was a teenager too. Was I too old for it back then? Although I thought I was, so I got rid of them all. I had so many Bratz dolls. Anyways, they're just collections. It just so happens that these are real people. And nobody should tell you that you're too old to do something. Unless... No, there's no unless. You're never too old to do anything. This pile, what I don't like about the matte sleeves, they are thicker up here, like it's noticeably thicker. So when I stack them, they kind of slant a little bit forward, so they were falling down. So I had to separate this pile, so now there's another pile next to it. I'm gonna need to get more of the A5 sleeves. Ah, I have more. Amazon messed up my order, or Titan Shield messed up my order. I had ordered turquoise colored ones for like placeholders in one of my binders. I ordered other colors too, but I got those other colors, but the turquoise ones were a pack of clear sleeves labeled as turquoise. So I got an extra pack of clear sleeves. I'm not gonna fuss about it. I was actually debating on buying an extra pack of clear sleeves anyways. So I have like an extra pack than I actually thought I was gonna get, so we're good. Anyways, I just have always liked collecting. I've always collected something. I am a hoarder by nature. So is my mom. We're both hoarders. So I like to hoard pretty things. She likes to hoard crafty things. It's in our nature. As possible undiagnosed ADHDers. Oh my god. ADHDers. I was like, what is not? That doesn't sound right. I decided to expand my collections in some places and downsize them in some other places. But like I said, this is only going to be like next year. But I'm expanding Oh My Girl. I'm collecting all their album cards, and I'm expanding WeI for all album cards. But top 3 like before First Love, because I don't think I can do all album cards for WeI. They have way too many cards. Oh, this is a Yonga card. It needs one of these. But there's other groups that I'm expanding to. So many other groups. But other groups that I'm downsizing. Instead of collecting full group. A lot of groups I collect full group, but like only like certain sets. I don't collect all of their cards. I think I'm gonna downsize those ones to like top 3. So I can collect all of the cards for my top 3. I just realized these Espa cards go in this pile. Whoa! Stop that. Like I said, these purchases were to beef up my collection so that it doesn't look like I have empty collections for my photocard collection video at the end of the year. But I'm still gonna have empty collections, which I'm probably not gonna show, to be honest, because those are gonna change anyways. So I'm not gonna show my empty collections. I need a white sleeve for this, but I don't have a white sleeve on me, so I didn't bring a white sleeve. I'm just gonna put it in a clear sleeve and deal with it later. Almost done. Gosh darn it. So many fucking cards. I thought this was gonna be a good idea. It was a bad idea. I should have known that I don't have the attention span for any of this. And do you know what? Plan on filming 3 videos today. This is video number 1 and I'm already over it. I need to make use of these press-on nails. I put them on yesterday before the power went out, and I've had them on since yesterday, and I'm absolutely useless with nails on my right hand. Absolutely useless. So it's been a hard day yesterday and this morning. Get used to it, because they're not that long. This pile's about to fall, and I still have to put some Yanu on it. Like, they're not that long. I'm just completely useless. I usually only have fake nails on my left hand, and they're usually the longest I can find because I love fake nails. But I just took off my green nails and I didn't feel like re-gluing nails right now. I'm gonna do them closer to Christmas. So I needed something in between. So I bought these. They're the ones with like the adhesive already attached to the nail. So they're super easy to put on. I hate fucking around with the adhesive tabs. I just can't. I don't know if I can put that on that pile. It's gonna fall. Can't believe I got 2 piles for my big binders. It's crazy. What am I doing with my life? Still haven't finished any of Yena's eras yet. None. Absolutely none. I'm glad she's on Pokemarket because some of her cards are cheap on there. But it's always better just to buy stuff in sets, to be honest. Like on Mercari Japan or something. But you know, if I've got a little extra money, I usually go on Pokemarket. Because even with the fee, you can get some pretty cheap cards. And then shipping would be like the exact same as if I were doing a Neokyo haul. So it's not as bad since they added K-Packet as an option. And I like K-Packet. It's fast-ish, you know, it's not, holy fuck. It's not fast, but it does the job. Everything has arrived safely. And they drop it in my mailbox. I don't have to go pick it up at the goddamn post office. So that's a bonus. I like double sleeving my cards. I like the extra security that it gives, and I like that it makes the cards stay in place in the big sleeve. Oh, Jesus. but it makes the binder so thick. I switched out my sleeves, my pages, I mean. I don't like Ultra Pro anymore, and I think a lot of people are going that way. They're switching their Ultra Pro pages to other pages, but I found this brand at Walmart. I don't even know what brand it is, but it's like a Walmart brand type thing. It's like Game Time or something like that. And they're blue. A lot of people are switching from Ultra Pro because, oh, that's actually the one I needed, because of the blue tint that Ultra Pro has. These ones that I'm using are way worse. But I don't hate the blue. It doesn't change the color of the card that much, to be honest. I don't find. Maybe you find, but I don't find. So I recently switched all of my like big pages to that brand, and I like it. I like the way they feel when I flip the pages. Especially when my cards are double sleeved. I'm kind of obsessed. I think the rest of this pile is going to be for this pile. We're almost done. And the last card is this Kazuha. Ta-da! Oh! Oh my goodness. That was a lot. That was a long time too. Oh my god. I can't really cut any of this too, so. It will definitely speed up the non-talking parts, but like other than that. Okay, let me just move this pile because I have this pile over here too. There. So this is everything that I had to sleeve. I know this pile is not perfectly placed or anything. So yeah, let's recap. These two piles are going in my big binders. This one is going in my checkerboard A5 binders. This one is going in my white A5 binders. This one is going in my zippered A5 binders. These two are going in my colored A5 wide binders. And this one is going in my colored A5 binders. That is it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the chattiness. These are stuff that these conversations with myself are things that I would mostly cut out of my videos because they're not important, they don't add anything to the video, and there's stuff that could get me in trouble. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I think I've said it all. I'm gonna go film the other videos and see how I do. So yeah, with that, I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!